being broke in 2015 will not work.
Mm,
We decided to do this topic because we know that some people struggled in 2014 and may still be struggling today, and we wanted to technically, show you all just tips and tricks, ways, so that definitely will not be broke in the year 2015. So, voila.
all right, and this is being presented by myself, Sue Ham, and my business partner, Terry L. Clay.
All
Oh, yeah,
right. So,
got stuff
the
flying in here.
will you be there at the mastermind? We got some exciting news today, and we'll just share it with you. For some of you all who have been on the other, business explosion mastermind webinars, we'll just show you some stuff at the end. So just stay tuned, okay? All right. So we're just going to introduce ourselves to you, but before we do, we got rules for the next 45 minutes. Sue, give them the rules, please.
Guys, we want you to remain focused on this webinar. We know it's kind of late, but we want you to stay focused. And the way to get to stay focused is to get rid of distractions, turn off the cell phones, put the kids to bed. Definitely get paper and pencil out. This is going to be recorded, and we recommend that even after this webinar, that you go back and listen to this webinar, whether you're riding in your car, whether you're sitting at home cleaning the house, just put the webinar on and listen to it and soak in all the great tips and get ready to have fun and learn more and more and more and more. And this is brought to you by the businessexplosion.net mastermind.
All righty.
Let's get ready to rumble.
So who is Sue Ham?
Oh man, good question. Because she changes on a daily basis. No, I'm just joking. Guys, my name is Solandia Hammond, aka Sue Ham Baby, and I'd like to say I'm a woman who is not put into a box. I'm a woman who is constantly growing. I don't really like to define myself by titles. I'm a woman who travels the world and who lives to help other people, inspire other people to live, love, learn, and laugh. I've been blessed to be able to do quite a few things in this short while that I've been alive on Earth. I'm 40 years old. Uh, but after coming through divorce, depression, suicidal thoughts, repossessions, and losing my own home, God blessed me to bounce back to a place where I could actually author my own book and tell about my own stories and inspire other people to not quit and follow their dreams. And along the way of penning my story, I became a motivational speaker, got on stage and started to tell people about it. Also got involved in internet marketing, found a true love for social media marketing, seeing how to get engagement from people, how to bond with people, build relationships. And so from that, I started blogging and I created the Sue Ham School of Success, where we actually have over 100 different modules to actually help you take your business to another level. And I feel like I say that all the time, take your business to another level. But it really, really is, because I come across so many people that really don't know what they need to know in order to reach the plateau. So we created the Sue Ham School of Success for people who lack the knowledge to get to that next level. And along the way, I've been blessed to do TV and radio. You may have seen me around World Star Hip Hop, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, my website, beatboxing like I'm crazy. We just had most of my videos that I do. I love to do videos. They usually get shared quite a bit. The most that I've had shared was around 1,040 shares. I just did a video and David Talbot put it on his page, but I just did a beatboxing video that collectively between Instagram, World Star Hip Hop, Facebook, between everybody else uploading and everything, collectively has over 4 million views. Also a playwright, directed and wrote 3 stage plays, and my most proudest achievement is that I'm a mommy of 3 and that I'm still here living my purpose and following my dreams. So that's who I am.
Let's fly that out of there. Yeah, I guess this next is who am I? I am Terry L. Clay. I am the author of the book From Fab to Fierce. I'm the CEO of the Startup Biz Coach, and I also I'm a radio host of the Startup Biz Coach Radio, where we're empowering entrepreneurs right from the start. I'm a huge blogger, serial entrepreneur, course creator, and I am the mommy of four, one grandchild, and just inherited two step grandchildren. So that's who I am without the story. But before I got here, there was a journey. I lost everything I owned three times. I lived in an abandoned building. I lived, um, in homeless shelters, domestic violence centers. I'm telling you, the story is huge. But one thing I learned from that story, or that journey, is that I was telling Sue this the other day, that I could put most people under the table when it comes to being tough. And because of those traumas, because trust, definitely they were traumas, it built up me to be very tough, and I can handle a lot of things. And I can tell, because I can handle a lot of things, I can tell people that they too can handle the things that they're going through in life, and how they can make their dreams come true. And I don't think the journey was by accident for all those things to happen. It was there for me to do as I'm doing, helping people start their own businesses, helping them with their courses and things that they're going to need. And like Sue, I would have a school coming up as well, and I've done courses of such as helping people become doing couponing for entrepreneurs, doing blogging, because blogging rocks and you can make tons of money. It's amazing that I listened to some millionaire bloggers, and they said just to blog daily, and I did it. And I never realized the dynamics of it till like 2 years later. And I was like, now I'm like, man, y'all need to get a blog. You need to get a blog, because it's crazy. And so, that's who I am. I have a passion to help, to change the world, and help people to be the person that God has them to be. So that's it.
All right, rocking and rolling.
All right, what's next? Uh-oh. All right. So, why being broke in 2015 will not work. And this is from us at the businessexplosion.net mastermind. And see my little now this is why being broke in 2015 will not work. If you broke here in 2014, why? We're going to give you some reasons why they will not work. So I'll give half, and then Sue, you give half. So first thing is because there's too much to do. You can, being broke stops you from being able to do everything that you want to do, and having money and having it will definitely give you more options to do more things that you have a desire in your heart to do. Another thing that being broke in 2015 will not work is because life is full of adventures and fun. Look at these people on the beach, right? So we're having this mastermind. We're going to be in this huge mansion in Florida. It's full of adventures and fun. That's not even a half of it. There's Paris. There's Amsterdam. There's all kind of places that you can go to in life to see. And if you're broke, it's going to stop you from being able to do those things, right? Another thing is money will help change your destiny. Just like I was just saying, you could go to Paris one week and Florida the next week, and Africa the next week, if depending on the money, right? So it could change your destiny, and that's just a few of the reasons why being broke in 2015 would not work. Go ahead, Sue.
Being broke in 2015 is not going to work because you did it in 2014. It's out with the old baby and in with the new. In with the new. That's why it ain't gonna work. That's the only reason that you needed to put up there, really. But because you don't have to be broke in 2015, you really don't have to be. Now I understand that you know you may not have the money in your bank account, but you still don't have to be broke in spirit, broke in mentality. Because the thing is, I heard someone said that really being poor is giving up hope. So broke, I guess, is a temporary thing if your mindset is right. But if your mindset is right, oh, it's not right. Oh my goodness, then it's really not a temporary thing. It's a thing that you really got to shift. So if some of you are broke, and it's just a temporary state right now, but your mindset says, no, I'm rich and I'm working towards it, then you're in the right place. But if you're on this webinar and you think that you're broke mentally and broke financially, listen, you definitely want to hang tight, because we understand that success begins 99%. I say 99% in the mind first. It may be 95, but for me, it's 99%, because if I don't believe that I can do a thing, then I shall not do a thing.
Mhm.
Everything starts with belief. So, um, some reasons why you should not be broke is because your children, and they deserve better. I remember when I was at my wits end, when I was at my lowest, and I remember being on the floor in my home right before, it was being repossessed, and just really embarrassed and just really pleading with God to show me what to do, because I was broken, mentally, spiritually, and financially. And at the time, my son was going to go live with his father because I couldn't afford to feed all three of my kids. So I made up in my mind that being broke was not going it just couldn't, it was not going to work for me, because my children deserve better. I deserve better. My boyfriend deserve better. Whether you have a husband or a wife, they deserve better. You deserve better, because it is, Terry's belief and my belief that above all things, that we should be prospering, have good health, and be prospering. No one should be wallowing in depression and debt and hating their lives. Man, while you're here on earth, you are supposed to be enjoying the ride. So there is no reason that you should be broke in 2015, because the first bullet said, there is just too much for you to do. And if you're wondering what exactly is there to do, stick tight. Hold tight. We're going to tell you what you need to do to bring in that money, 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 money. Oh, yeah.
All right, so there's some feelings that you can have from being broke. So not only are you going to miss out on some things, these are this sort of feelings that we saw that that you may have from being broke. So one thing is you're sick and tired of going to your 9 to 5. I was a
Mm,
nurse by trade. I hated my nursing job. I hated it, hated it. I mean, it literally made me sick, not just sick and tired of feeling. I mean, sick to my stomach to be at that place. And so I was, uh, sick and tired of going to the 9 to 5, because technically it still was not filling my pockets up. Even though I wasn't nervous, it still wasn't giving me the dreams that I had in my mind, or the vision that I said I had in my mind. Like I tell you, I like to travel and I want to go to Italy and all these places, and the 9 to 5 wasn't paying for that, and virtually I was unhappy on top of
mm.
that. So I wasn't happy being a nurse, and I was unhappy and it wasn't paying the bills. So another thing that which made me be tired of living paycheck to paycheck. So firstly, when I got paid on Friday or whatever day I got paid on, I actually was a nurse. Uh, I actually was an agency nurse, and my agency actually paid daily, so I could get money every day. Or I wouldn't pick up the checks every day, but I would pick up the checks, 2 or 3 days go by, and I pick up three of them and stuff, and that type of thing. But the point is, it was still paycheck to paycheck. I mean, the checks would be gone because I would have more bills than money. And so, even though I was a nurse, technically I had 4 children, so I was a single parent of 4. So technically, I was living paycheck to paycheck. So I was sick and tired of doing that. So you can do a few of them.
You know, going to that 9 to 5. I can remember, man, oh my God, on Friday, I would be excited. I really was. I mean, it was like a party. I'm telling you.
Uh-huh.
And really, and now, first of all, let me give the disclaimer. I am not downing careers or jobs if that's what you love to do. But for me, I'm an entrepreneur, and that just wasn't for me. I was there killing time, marking time. So let me put that disclaimer out there. But yeah, on Friday, I was like the happiest cat around, okay? And then on Sunday, I would start to get sick, literally and figuratively, because I knew that only in a matter of hours, the little bit of freedom I got was about to end, because I was going back to a job that I literally hated with every
Mhm.
cell in my body. And I hated it so much because I knew that I was destined to do other things. And because I hated it so much that hate started to materialize in sickness. My
Mm-hmm.
body started to break down, and then also my personality started to change, and I became the mean one, Mr. Grinch. And it wasn't just around Christmas; it was like 365 days a year, because I was doing something that I felt was pointless. Asking permission to go to my children's school to see them receive awards, I felt like, man, that's crazy.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
pretending to be sick because I just didn't want to go into the job. I was like, this is crazy. I done used up all my 6 days and now I'm out of work. And whenever I'm out of work, I don't get paid. But I didn't even care because that's just how much I hated it. I would still lay in the bed knowing good and well that I wasn't going to get paid. My check was going to come up short and some bill wasn't going to get paid. And I always felt like I was missing out. I felt like everybody who was having fun during the hours of 9 to 5, you know?
Mhm.
And I'm like, I'm stuck. So, and no matter how much I worked or how much more time I put in or how much I committed myself to excellence, I still felt like I didn't have enough money to do the things that I love. And at the end of the day, it's just because I was not living on purpose. And I just felt like I had more to offer. I'm a creator, and I felt like I had more to create, more to produce. And
Mhm.
working someone's job 9 to 5 just wasn't my cup of tea. So, um, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
some of you may be feeling that way. So,
Yeah. Another thing that I was tired of waking up and working on somebody else's schedule.
hmm
What I've learned from being an entrepreneur today, I mean, where I'm not waking up on somebody else's schedule. I still get up pretty early. It's just in me to do that. But I was able to go to my granddaughter's kindergarten graduation. Didn't have to ask anybody permission when she graduated from kindergarten. And that, I probably miss some of my own my children's stuff because I was working. But because I was working for myself, I was able to travel and just come to the kindergarten graduation just because she said, I want you to come. You know, and I guess that those feelings, I guess that's not necessarily feelings from being broke, but they were actually feelings from being at a job that I hated. So that's just another thing that I wanted to add. So some of
awesome.
these are not necessarily from being broke, but they're also from being doing things that are not what Sue was just saying, living on purpose or living the purpose that God has for you to be.
Good point. I love that.
Mhm. So let's see what else we could do. So tired of going jobs that demand too much of your time, tired of missing out, tired of not having the money to do what you want. So that's another thing that being broke, you're not able to, like I said, maybe you're not able to, buy the car you want, or buy the house that you want. You have a desire to be in a mansion, maybe,
Hmm.
or anything. You have just looking at it from across the street or in the magazines or whatever, but you're not able to purchase it because you don't have it. So you're tired of not having the money that you want. But you can add something.
No,
So
we're good. We can go to the next slide.
okay, all right. Oh wowie.
You
This
can
thing
tell
is cracking
people.
me up.
You can tell people who are just learning PowerPoint. They play with all that stuff.
All right, so let's just add it. Okay, so you can go ahead and start this part.
So what can you do about it, guys? All right, you probably have identified with Terry. You probably have identified with me. Now the thing is, okay, yeah. We know the problem. What are the solutions? And one thing that the military taught me when I was in the Marine Corps is you don't complain about stuff unless you have some solutions to offer as well. Otherwise, just keep your mouth shut because you're only compounding the problem. You're not helping. So what we wanted to do was take some time to offer some solutions that we have found to work for us. These are not things that have been done in theory. This is actual things that we have actually tried and implemented, and they're proven. And some of the things that we say is make a declaration, speak out loud. Um, Speak your declarations out loud, write your declarations, recite them in your mind, listen to them at night, and just say, I'm going to win. All I do is win no matter what. And even in the beginning, if it sounds like, oh my God, this is a pile of BS, you know, be, keep doing it because and I'm here to tell you, my hand is raised in the air. I know there have been times when I've made declarations and I couldn't even really look in the mirror at myself and say it at first because I was like, man, this is a crock of BS here. This is not the truth. And the thing about it is, it was the truth, but I had convinced myself that it wasn't. But still, yet, I still declared it until, after many repetitions, I was able to look myself in the mirror and say, I am a winner. I'm made for more than this. I will
Mm.
succeed. I shall live my purpose. And then it became, I am living my purpose. I made it present tense. I didn't want to do future anymore. I wanted to make it present tense because I wanted to bring that into my presence. So I can't stress to you guys, um, enough of how important it is to make the declaration right now that all I do, all you do, all we do is win no matter what. Make that declaration in written format, in your journal, your diary, whatever you want to call it. Make that declaration in a verbal format. I want you to recite it in the morning when you wake. I want you to recite it midday, even when you're going through a bad situation. Sometimes when I find myself in a valley experience, and I want to quit or I can't see a way out, I just begin to recite, you know what? I have the answer to this problem. I'm going to get past this. There is a solution. There is a better way. I'm going to win. And if it does not work out in my favor, it's because there is a better ending for me down the road.
Mhm.
And even when I'm down in my valley experience, when I begin to talk to myself like that and make those declarations, I can't help but begin to feel a little uplifted. So I want you to write it. I want you to speak it. I want you to say it in your mind. I want you to do it in the mornings when you first wake up. Do it midday when you're in a crisis, and do it at night before you're going to bed. And then when you start to do that, right? You'll begin to train your mind to start taking actions to follow up what you're speaking. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It's just like you keep telling your child, I'm going to teach you how to do the ABCs. You say it over and over and over again. Eventually, your mind is going to say, okay, it's time for your body to get in alignment with what your mind and your mouth is saying. And when you can get all three things in alignment, that's when you begin to make some things happen. Because I'm going to tell you, R. Kelly said it best, don't talk about it, be about it. I'm saying it like this: talk about it and be about it. Talk about it
Right.
and be about it, and watch how things change. I'm going to give it to you,
Mhm.
Terry.
Another thing I want to add to that though is, I think I've had a valley experience where it's been so negative that the bad thing just kept happening, and because of that, I just believed my mindset was one that was believing that it just was nothing good was going to happen because it just kept happening, right? So even if you're in a situation where it just keeps happening, the negative keeps happening, you still can make those declarations. All I do is win no matter what, and you can believe in the power of that you can have anything you want to have in your life. So even if it looks as though, like she talked about in the valley experience, even if it looks as though it's just not going to happen, you can still, the Bible says to speak things as though they are not as though they are. So you still can speak those things, and those all the declarations are. It's just words of faith and power, and you believing that you're going to have the things that you want. So I just wanted to add
Absolutely.
that. And
Absolutely.
another thing is I always tell, I do a daily call called Start a Biz Coach Radio, and I always tell the listeners of the call that, yeah, people, you can get on this call every single day and and listen to the belief system that this is going to work out, that's going to work out, whatever. And technically, or you can believe that what the person is telling you is true, for example. And guess what? If you don't take action on anything, your dreams are not gonna come true, or you're not going to have the life you desire, or have the thing that the person you heard. So technically, if there's a tip that resonates with you tonight, I'm gonna encourage you to take action on those tips, not just listen and say, "Oh, those were good. I think that sounded good." You got to take action. Faith without works is dead, for example. So you got to take action, and if you take those actions, that's going to change from two. Because I guarantee you're going to look back on this. Is the next tip. Look back on things of what you didn't do as well, and do it better. So you probably can look back on something over the year of 2014 that you definitely could have done better. Maybe some actions that you did not take. something. So it's so today, or just even don't just wait to 2015. We still got a month left, right? So for the rest of the month, still start get together what things that you can do, what actions you can take, what tips, stuff that you maybe did not do last year that you can now I guess the first 11 months of the year that you can now start doing, or maybe even write, like she was talking about, writing the vision and making it plain somewhat. You can also write down those things that maybe you didn't do well, and those are the things you can hit harder in the year 2015.
Oh yeah, writing the vision is very important. Writing out your goal list. I always tell people write your goal list every day because a lot of people only write their goals for like once a month or once every 3 months or once a year. Write your goals, renew them every day. It's in a sense, it's almost like renewing your vows every day because it keeps it fresh and it keeps you focused, and also it lets you know what you need to either remove from your list or what you need to work on, like you said, what didn't go so well and what did go well, so that you can focus on it and capitalize on the things that do go well. Because I know for me in my life, the things that I thought were going to take off, they didn't take off, and the things that I thought, it's crazy. And the things like the beatboxing video with me on there beatboxing, I never thought that that video would go viral and put me in a position to be on radio interviews and possibly TV interviews. I'm like, out of all the motivational videos I put out of all the educational videos I put out of all the other comical videos or how to videos, you mean to tell me a video of me beatboxing before I go to church is the one that is opening up major doors for me? So
Right.
you have to be flexible too. I think that's very important. And that falls into sometimes having to rewrite your goal and reshape the way your life is going. Don't get so hell bent on things and think that it should only go one way. No, it's supposed to happen like this and that's that. I'm supposed to get married by 40, have a boy and a girl, have a white picket
Mm.
fence and 4 bedrooms, and then you're 41 and it hasn't happened and you're crushed. No, it's time to regroup, revamp, rewrite those goals and say, hey, okay, let's take a new direction, because sometimes the doors that we want to open may not open just yet. So that doesn't mean that it's a dead end. It just means that we need to take a detour and get back on track. So that's just something I wanted to add to that. Um so find something that will help you win and do it well. A lot of us have been gifted with a lot of different gifts, right? And if you sit there and try to capitalize on all 8, 10, 12 of your gifts or talents, you will run yourself crazy spinning in circles trying to do that. And I'm speaking from a personal experience. When I tried to do 4 or 5 different things at one time, nothing really took off. So what I had to do was decide which one was more important to me, which one that I
Mm.
feel was going to take off first, and I wanted to devote the majority of my energy into that one thing, and I wanted to get better at it and practice it and just do well. And I figured that once it took off, it then would open the door for me to show people, hey, guess what? I can go into my storehouse now and I can show them everything else that I can do as well. And I think the best example for that, for me to use as an illustration, would be Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry started out with stage plays, and that's what he honed in on for about 8 to 12 years, was just focusing on stage plays. And then once he grew his audience and once he got really, really good at stage plays and once he made a lot of money, then he moved into movies. Then he moved into TV. And so then he moved into producing other things. But he wasn't trying to do movies and stage plays at the same time in the beginning because he knew that he couldn't do both of those. So, one thing that you want to do to focus on winning is to try to pick one thing, do it well, devote all of your attention and energy to it, and see where that leads you.
Another thing I wanted to add is sometimes it's about the timing too.
Mm,
As you was talking about your video that went viral with 4 million views, it was when it I mean, the video was old. It wasn't it like a year or so old. How old was it?
The video was a year old, and the
Yeah.
reason why I put the video back up on my page is because I had auditioned for David E. Talbot, who was a renowned playwright and also a producer of two major movies. And I auditioned for him and I did a testimony because I was so moved by it. He put the testimony video on his page, and because he did that, I think I gained about 1,000 new likes on my fan page. And so, me being a marketer, I was like, okay, I got to capitalize on this. I'm getting all this new engagement and whatnot. So I was like, well, I want to show people that I'm deep, but I also want to show them that I'm comical. So I started resurfacing all the videos. Get this, guys, all the videos that I had done over the years. And we're talking about maybe about 1,000 videos. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to go back into my vault and I'm just going to bring out some of my old material and put it back on my page because these people are new. They've never seen it before. And the video was a year old and it took off. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, like you said,
But the
timing.
what timing. And then me and Sue talked about this about how the video was almost like how Eric Thomas video went off. And Eric Thomas had a video, if you want to be successful, as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. But Eric Thomas will tell you that video was 3 years old. And all of a sudden, after 3 years, they started doing the same thing Sue did, and the thing went viral. So sometimes the success you have in your life or whatever is not that because you just haven't, it's not your time.
Oof.
Um,
Girl, I got
but I
goosebumps.
believe it's just not your time. So it's nothing to do with you per se. It's just not your time. So.
Yeah, well, I like to say when it's your time, it's your turn. And in the
Mhm.
meantime, keep working, baby, because your time is coming. In the meantime, keep working and building up your storehouse because when it is your time, you can't just be no one hit wonder. You got to be able to go deep into that storehouse and say, guess what, y'all? I got a lot of stuff. I've been building this up for 3, 4, 5 years. So, like right now, if I didn't want to make any more videos, I don't even have to record any more videos. I can just put up a new video every day for probably like the next year or 2 years. So
Yep.
because I continuously work, and that's a big part of winning is being consistent, regardless if you are seeing a difference or not. Just know and
Come on
believe
now.
and feel that it is happening for you and that it is going to continue to happen for you. And you want to be building and continuously creating so that when that timing is right, you know what I'm saying, your storehouse is packed. You got all kind of goodies in there for them. So right now they want to say, Sue, give me something educational. I got you. Give me something comical. I got you. Give me something
Mhm.
motivational. I got you. Give me a how-to video. I got you. Give me some webinars. I got you. So
Hmm.
that's where you want to be. Even in the Valley experience, continue to create, continue to
Yeah,
pump
definitely.
out
She
information.
like what Sue was saying. She does blogs. I do a podcast and a videos every day, 5 days a week. So virtually, it is piling up over and over and over again.
Mm.
And you never know. And that's what the consistency means. Even I remember I started blogging 2 years ago just because some millionaire bloggers told me to blog. And I thought, well, they said it. They're millionaires. They know. And I didn't really even have the gist of it. But the point is, it was definitely when my blog went viral one day, and it had over 20,000 hits to my blog in a day, and I was like, wow, what happened? But it was because I was being consistently blogging every day or being consistent. So, and the thing about it is, let me tell you about success really quickly. Success means you're going to be willing to do what others are not willing to do. So, virtually blogging every day may not sound wonderful to you, or you may be willing to do it, but you know what? Guess what? If you do it, you're going to see some results. Or making videos, 1,000 videos, that's a lot of videos, right? 1,000. But guess what? One video went viral because she was steadily sowing the seeds into the land of video. So it's all about being, like she just said, be consistent and just continue to put into your pile of whatever your niche is or whatever who you are is.
I want to say this last thing, and then we can just go ahead to part two. Um,
Okay.
you may not feel like doing it, but if you're working a job that you hate, you don't feel like doing that either, but you still go.
Come on now.
So, so
Uh-huh.
I don't want to hear that. I don't feel like doing it. I don't have the time because you go to a place where you give all your time, and that time is the most precious thing there is. So why can't you devote your time to something that you love? Even though you may not be getting paid dividends right now on the front end, if you keep doing it on the back end, I promise you, you will receive it. We can go ahead on to the next slide.
All right. So the next one is we're just gonna give some tips of what we uh, ways of how you can make money this year in 2015. So one is me and Sue are both authors. My book is From Fab to Fear. Sue, I can't remember the name of your book. It's something about
Don't
quitting. I know that.
quit. Follow your
Don't
dream.
quit.
Follow
There's
your
something about
dream.
that. Right. So, but think about this. This is something that you can do. I have a client. One of my coaching students wrote a book in 24 hours. One book, and she sold plenty of those books already. But the point is, you can write a book in 24 hours. You can write a book in a month. I wrote my book in a month's time. So you can write a book. But the point is, you're virtually going to make uh, books are just simply putting the words on paper, and once you've done that part, it's over. It's like just your thoughts and stuff are on paper, and you can virtually make money off something you did one time. You wrote the book, it may have taken a month or whatever one time, but guess what? You're going to continuously make money. So our suggestion is for the year 2015 to what? Write a book.
Write a book.
Okay, Sue.
And writing a book is just the
Next
front.
step.
I just wanted to say, Terry, before we leave from writing a book is just the front end of the product. Because from writing your book, you can become a speaker. And anybody will tell you who has written a book and who has become a speaker will tell you that you make more money as a speaker. So writing a book leads you to becoming a speaker, and then you can actually become a mentor and show other people how to write books or show other people how to take the
Mm.
stage and tell their stories. So you see, just from writing a book, right? I'm about to give them probably about 5 different ways how they can make money from writing a book. Writing a book, you can create an audio book, a printed book, and an email version book. So there are 3 ways right there off just the book itself to make money. Now you can become a speaker. Boom. Now you're getting paid to speak from a book that you already have 3 different other ways to make money from. Then you can become a mentor or a coach and teach people how to do that. Then you can conduct webinars where you're doing trainings to tell people about your book to help them better themselves in their lives, especially if it's a book about your expertise. Let's just say marketing or weight loss, whatever it may be. So, just from one product, you can go into creating other products. And that's how you really, really, really make your money is creating your own products. And a lot of people say, I don't know how to create my own product. A book is a product, a speech is a product. Putting a speech on iTunes, putting a speech on YouTube is a product. Creating a video with information on it that can help people solve a problem is a product. A PDF file with 2 pages in it, if it solves somebody's problem, it's a product. So you can create a product from virtually anything. And once you begin to create your products, you are creating money. Basically, that's all you're doing. You're creating money because you're solving problems. So I'll let you take up the third one, Terry.
So you can put together packages for your own services. That's virtually what the same thing as creating your own products or speaking and putting together a package. You could be another thing is like if you're a baker or something like that, or you could put together packages of how you can put some baked goods together. I don't know what your niche is, but you can if you got a craft or something that you do yourself, you can sell that and put that in a package and sell it for yourself. So that's another one. I'll go to the next one
And
real quick.
Terry, before you go to the next one, let me just say this. If you find yourself saying, well, I don't know what I can do, let me say this to you. And I've said this on plenty of other webinars. Uh, if you have people always coming up to you and saying, my gosh, you do this exceptionally well. How much do you charge for this? Um, that's a hint. That's a hint. That's the package you need to put together. Package up your own services and sell it. Like I host different shows, and so people pay me between $600 to $1,000 to come and host their shows for an hour. And so, because they say I do exceptionally well with the microphone in my hand on the stage. So if someone's coming up to you and saying, my goodness, you really know how to organize an event really well, well, maybe you are an event organizer. Maybe that's a service that you can put together and sell. Or if you've written a book and you have 1,000 people, and I'm exaggerating, but you have five, six people coming up to you and asking you, well, how do you write a book? Boom. That's a key indicator right there that you need to package up your services and create your own product and show people how to do what it is that you do, because there is a desire, there is a demand for it, because they're asking. Now you need to be the supplier. And that, my friends, is how you are going to create money in 2015.
Yep, yep, yep. Another thing you could do is promote other people's products.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so virtually you become an affiliate marketer. This is crazy because I've made so much money, thousands and thousands of dollars. I usually work with this one company, and I actually don't even promote it that much because working on the Startup Biz Coach. But the point is, if I can tell somebody about their products and you get paid instantly into your account, that's just one way to be an affiliate. Actually, we're going to tell you later about our mastermind. If somebody tells somebody about our mastermind, they'll get paid $250. So you got to stay tuned how you can get that 250 just by telling somebody about the mastermind. So virtually, there's a way to get paid by just telling people about somebody else's products. So that is like the easiest money. And all you got to do is find some people that are like say for example, you have an email autoresponder. Okay, for example, if you tell somebody about that, I have actually an email autoresponder, and so if I tell somebody about the email autoresponder, I'll get $30 free. And guess what? That person will get $30 free. But didn't you think if people need an email autoresponder, they'll be happy to click my link because it's going to help them get $30 free? So these are ways that you can make money, and you can use those same products and become an affiliate marketer. You do it on your blog. You can make videos about the product. You can do all sorts of things by telling other people about the product that you enjoy, that you like, and that's what I do. I always make sure I tell people about products that I truly like, not that I'm just trying to make the money off of them. I tell them about the products I truly like. So you want to add something to that?
Oh, absolutely. That's the easiest thing. It's just like going to Amazon, and you buy something that you love. Well, in the olden days, we would just tell people, "Oh, you got to go get this camera." Well, from a marketing standpoint, yeah, I'm going to tell you to go get this camera because I love it and I have it. But guess what? I'm going to give you my link so that when you go buy that camera, now I'm going to get paid an affiliate fee. It's just as simple as that. You're telling people about the things that you love and use, or the things that you would recommend, even if you haven't used them, but you know it's a good product. And if they buy those products, you get paid. It's a referral program. That's all it is. Um, Another thing that you can do to help yourself win and to make sure that you're not broke in 2015 is, and this is probably, I don't know if it's probably in the top three that I would say, is get a mentor to show you how. Um, Listen, who better to show you where you want to help you get to where you want to be than the person who's already where you want to be? Yeah, everybody will tell you you can go on Google and look for everything. Everything that you need is on Google. And you know what? For the most part, you're right. But listen to me. You've got to look at Google, Bing, Yahoo. You've got to figure out what keywords do I put in to find this thing. Then you got to put it all together. And then before you know it, you've lost a whole year of your life trying to figure it out, when all you had to do was invest in a mentor or become an
Mm.
intern and really learn how to make things pop in like 30 days to 60 days, and in that 90-day period be ready to start generating income. So it's up to you. If you value your time like I do, I'm not going to spend hours and days and months and years upon Google researching something when I know that Terry may have it. Even though it may cost me a little fee, I'm willing to pay that because we go to colleges, and I can say this because I have a 4-year degree, which I'm paying on student loans right now. We go to colleges for 4 years, you know what I'm saying? And we get a piece of paper, and the piece of paper does us no good. You know how many people are out of work right now with that piece of paper, but are still paying their colleges today? So, and we go there and we learn from people who teach us in theory. They've never done it. They're just reading what's in the book, something I could do at the house by myself. But because I needed to get the piece of paper, I had to be in the presence of the teacher and take the test. And he's trying to teach me something he's never done. So he can't tell me really if it's going to work or not. So
Hmm.
why do we invest in, and I'm not downing schools. I have a daughter who's about to graduate college, and I have a son who's about to go into college. Matter of fact, he's 180 points shy of a perfect score on the SATs. But what I am saying is that college ain't for everybody. And that my
Mm-mm.
whole point of view is if I can invest $40,000 into college in a piece of paper that did not serve me any justice, then why can't I invest into a mentor who's only going to charge me $1,000 and work with me closely for 30 to 60 days to get me to where I need to be, to where I'm making $20,000 to $30,000 a year? I mean, that's my thing. So I am really, really avid about people getting a mentor because mentors save you hair, time, money, and headache. Um, Another thing you want to do is you definitely want to save. When I read a lot of self-help books, I study a lot of millionaires and billionaires, and they follow a lot of biblical principles. And they tell you pay yourself first. They tell you invest in other people. They tell you invest in you, and they tell you to save. So if you want to avoid being broke financially in 2015, you've definitely got to start paying yourself first. And no matter what, do not touch that money. Also, while you have a part for savings, you need to have a part for investment where you are continuously putting into that investment fund so that you can invest in courses, invest in mentors, invest in seminars and masterminds. And then you also need to try to squeeze a little bit to the fun project because sometimes you need to go out and let your hair down. You need to go out and eat a steak, but you got to make sure your priorities are right. So you definitely got to find more ways to save and more ways to be able to invest in yourself.
Yep, yep. Another thing about saving is that you can. I was telling the people on my Facebook page, I came up with a course called Extreme Couponing for Entrepreneurs. And the reason why I came up with this course was because I figured, sometimes beginning entrepreneurs don't have money and stuff like that. And so this will be a way. And so eventually, because I took the course, I taught myself how to be an extreme couponer and virtually getting stuff for free, toothpaste, and it was just crazy. And I was just doing it to help somebody else. So there are all kind of ways to save money that you can use too, so you don't have to have the excuses for to say I can't go on this event, or I cannot get a membership site that we're going to talk about in a minute, or I'm not going to have the money for whatever it is that you need for your business. So definitely, and there's sometimes you may have to kind of let some things go until you get yourself. You have to, I guess, crawl before you walk, sort of thing. That you may not be able to let some things that you really want to do, that you can do them until you're able to get your business where you want.
Oh yeah. Prioritize.
Mm-hmm.
Priorities. That's important. Definitely important. So,
One other thing that I noticed is one of the greatest things, and Sue has one of these, and I have one on the way. But is creating your own membership site where people are going. We talked about affiliate programs of how you can sell for other people, but this program is where it's like you can get money every month because you have a membership site. So virtually, they may, I guess you can have just so you can kind of go into a little bit more better than me about your membership site.
yeah, my membership site is the Suham School of Success. And as I stated earlier in the webinar when I was introducing myself, I created the School of Success and I'm excited about it. And we wanted to make it really affordable for a lot of people. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because, like I said, I come from a place where I have my college degree, I did my time in the military, And I was going to a job that I really, really hated when I knew that I was born to be an entrepreneur and also born to be on stage. But the thing about it is, I felt stressed. I felt strapped because I didn't really have the money to invest in things. And so it took me a lot of time to learn stuff because I was the person who was Googling, and I was getting left behind because sometimes I didn't even know what to look for on Google. And so I was like, you know what, when I get in a position where I can help other people, that's what I'm going to do because that's my nature. And so we created the Suham School of Success, and we are rapidly growing. We first started out, we had about 30 modules. Um, and we opened the school in August of this year. And right now we have over 100 modules that teach you how to write your books, creating products. We give you mindset training, t-shirt courses, speaker training, and different things. And the great thing is that it's at a price that virtually anyone can afford. If you can afford $1 a day, then you can afford the school because it's $30 a month. No contract, cancel whenever you want. So I found that what Napoleon Hill said is really, really true. When you help others to be successful, you help
Mhm.
yourself. And so
Yeah.
with me doing this, not only is it gratifying, knowing that, oh my God, I'm able to help people who was once in a position where I was that really was strapped and just really couldn't move. And so it's really gratifying knowing that I can help people like that, but it's also gratifying knowing that every month I have money that is just rolling into my bank account from helping other people. So by me helping them, they're helping me because I'm able to enjoy
Mhm.
the lifestyle of freedom. And it's a great thing to know that solving their problems is providing me with a revenue source that comes in every month, every single month. And the great thing about it, because we are creators, we're able to create new products and create new coaching packages and sell along with that. So membership sites are great. They can range from having videos to blogs to information to dating sites, whatever you want your membership sites to be about. They can range in price from $1 a month to $5 to $30 to 97, 9.97, whatever you want to charge. But the great thing is that it creates residual income. So
Mm.
I love my site.
Money in your sleep.
Yes, money in the sleep. And
Another
master
thing.
marketing.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say we can master marketing. Yes, that's gonna help you with your finances in 2015 because definitely if you don't really have your marketing down to pat, how are you gonna really make money in your business? So that's gonna be another thing that you're gonna have to do is definitely master marketing.
Yeah.
Did you want to add something to that?
Yeah, I just want to say that's very important. And I know for me, when I first started out, I didn't really have the money to pay people to market for me, so I had to learn marketing on my own. And I did learn quite a bit from Terry, and then I learned a lot of stuff on my own. And I started doing what the last bullet says was investing in my education and going to different events. And marketing is key. What I like to tell everybody is um, there is nothing good about a best kept secret. You want your products and your services to be known, to be out there, or whether you're promoting a message, to save humanity. What good is it if it's just in the compounds of your four walls in your home? You want it to get out there. And what most people don't understand is that with social media, oh my God, the internet, they have made it so convenient and so affordable to be able to market and brand yourself. And lots of people are still under the misconception that they got to go out there and spend, $50,000 a year like these major companies, which I think a lot of major companies really aren't spending that much a year anymore because of social media. And so I've actually put together a course that I have coming up December 15th, which is going to tell people how to dominate social media. And the title of it is Social Media Dominance, where I'm actually going to go in and show you how you can be a master marketer on social media, get your products out to the masses, make sales, gain exposure, get your videos to go viral, get eyes on your opportunities or your message. So it's key that when you are bootstrapping and you're doing a lot of this by yourself, that you know the right things to do when it comes to marketing. And I think a lot of you will be surprised to know that you can spend as little as $5 a day and be able to generate sales and get exposure. And if you're interested in that class, you just head over to sueham.com, and it's on social media dominance. But it's important to get marketing down packed because, again, you don't want to be the world's best kept secret.
That's right. That's right. Another thing that Sue mentioned was attending some sort of event. That's another thing that I learned a lot. I learned because I am not afraid to invest in myself, not afraid to attend an event,
Hmm.
especially to learn from somebody who's doing what I want to do. And so I learned a lot from, like I told you, I was around some millionaire bloggers, and they told me to do X, Y, Z, and I did it. So that was just one, and they had a lot of events, and I went to attend a few of those events, and just different events I've attended has grown my mindset. I'm always ready to be around the people.
Well, and that's something that you and I talked about this week, Terry, is that once your mind has been stretched, it can no longer go back to its original
Mm,
position. you know,
exactly.
I got stretch marks on my mind right now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's
Mhm.
the thing. And in order to be able to be stretched, you've got to get out of familiarity. You've got to get out of your comfort zone. You've got to get
Mm.
out of your box. And the best way to do that is hiring a mentor, attending educational events, investing in yourself, getting around these millionaires and billionaires, getting around these successful people that are where you want to be, talking to them, realizing that, okay, we all came from the same creator. So, with that being the case, tell me how you did it, because if you can do it, then that's confirmation that I definitely can do it as well.
Mhm.
You just happen to know something I don't know. And I'll tell you this too, because I do a lot of training. Terry and I both, we invest in ourselves and we learn from other experts as well. But I'll tell you this, sometimes it's not that they know more than you. Sometimes you know more than them, but it's just that they've put their time in and it's their payday now. Or it could be their mind. Their mind is much stronger than you. Their belief is much stronger than you. You might know more than a genius, but because the world has deemed that person a genius, you tend to
Mhm.
downplay your gifts. And because you downplay your gifts and you look down upon yourself, then of course you're not going to advance and be as successful as that person who is confident and who says it with authority and who believes it. So don't get it twisted and think that a lot of the experts know more than you, because I know a lot of people who are afraid to step out because they're like, well, I'm not making sales right now. I'm not making $200,000 a year, or I haven't written 5 books, or I only have 100 people on my fan page on Facebook. That doesn't look good. Guys, everybody has to start from somewhere. And a lot of times I have found in investing in myself and taking some of the courses that I've taken, it's not that the experts know more than me, but I don't feel slighted because I've invested in their course. I feel great because I'm still in their presence, because it's something that they're teaching me, without even saying it. I'm picking up on their vibe. I'm picking up on their mentality. I'm picking up on their energy and just the way they carry themselves, and the way how they say things. It's not what they say, it's how they say it. They believe what they say. And when you believe what you say it with conviction, and others who hear it have no choice but to believe it as well. So
That's
I just
right.
just want to get
All
that to
right, so we'll head over to the next one.
money, 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 money.
All right.
Part 3, what you can
Part
do about
three,
being
what you
broke.
can do about it. All right, so some of these we probably already kind of talked about is
Yeah.
work on having a positive mindset. Another thing you can read and listen to audio. I read every single day. If nothing else, I get on a podcast every day of somebody that's been on my show, so that's audio. And so there's a way to, get around like-minded people. But this week, I interviewed a guy that was a multimillionaire, and I actually interviewed two of his friends who are also millionaires, And he was, when I asked him what books he was reading, because I asked most of my guests that, what books are they reading? He told a few books. He said, but the real deal is hanging around the people, that the book, instead of hanging reading their books, hanging around the people. And I was like, wow, that was so next level for me, because I was like, whoa, that's like crazy true. Like, why just be, everybody says read the books and this and that, but why not get around the people? So even though I didn't add that, is find some people who are doing what you want to do and surround yourself with them, because it's being around them is how you're going to learn.
Oh man, I totally concur. I totally concur. That's why it's important to go to events and masterminds, to go to seminars and conferences. A lot of people are like, man, that's just a waste of time. You're crazy, man. It's not a waste of time. You need to be in the midst. But if you can't be in the midst, pick up them books, because you can't be in seminars 365 days of the year. So when you're not around those people, you do need to focus still on reading positive material, listening to great stuff, and you can pick up the phone and call people, man. You know, follow them on social media. There are a lot of great people that I follow on social media, a lot of great people that I listen to on YouTube. Um, but what you want to do, we've already hit this, and this is like a huge thing for me, is consistency. People want to give up after 30 days. If you notice, what I said was my beatboxing video was over a year old. Okay, so if I had given up when I first put the video out, right, I would have never made it to David E. Talbert's audition, and I would have never, you know, um, been moved to put the video on my fan page of the beatboxing. If I had quit a year ago, after I put the video out, because I could have been like, oh man, I put the video out. It's been on my fan page 5 minutes. Ain't nothing happened. I quit. And I'm exaggerating, but that's pretty much how a lot of people are. They come into opportunities and they expect things to happen overnight. Well, it's not going to happen. You got to be consistent. You didn't just get into school and all of a sudden know your ABCs. No, you consistently practice your ABCs until you became well enough and you knew it. And then once you got that, you moved on to math. And you didn't know everything there was to know about math. You had to add and subtract before you could go to multiplication and division. So you've got to be consistent and you've got to grow with your consistency. And then you continue to move to the next level. But success is not overnight, unless you want to consider overnight between 7 to 15 years. However, if you are consistently doing the small things right, you will start to see small successes. And one of the biggest things is you need to celebrate your small successes and your big successes. When I first came online, and I was trying to make money online, and I think I made like 20 cents. I was happy. And you know why I was I was happy? Because it was possible. Like Les Brown said, it's possible. When I seen that, oh my God, this is not a scam. You can make money on the internet. And I seen that it was possible. That was it. The limits were off. My belief was turned on 1,000. Now, don't get it twisted. There were some valley experiences where I was like, man, I just don't know. But I did not quit. And because I did not quit, there were days when I had $1,000 days, $1,500 days. I'm out and about hanging with my family, or I'm out and about at a mastermind in San Diego, and I got money consistently coming into my PayPal account. That didn't happen because I all of a sudden decide one day I want to get into internet marketing, and then the next day I made that. No, it took consistent effort, consistent
Hmm.
effort. And you definitely can show that you're an expert by doing these type of webinars, by consulting other people, by blogging, by getting on radio shows, TV shows, doing podcasts, and coaching, doing your own events. I mean, there are so many different ways that you can prove yourself an expert, but one really great way is to work with people and help other people get results. When you help other people, going back to Napoleon Hill, when you help other people get results, help other people be successful, you, my friend, will in turn be successful. Because think about it.
Successful.
I don't know about you, Terry, but anytime somebody has helped me through a tough situation, uh, and and I get through it and I'm successful, the first thing I want to do is shout them out. I'm like, oh my God, I just worked with this person and I just had a light bulb moment. And because of that,
Hmm.
I was able to make $500. So when you can help other people achieve results, that's when you're going to show yourself as an expert and you're going to continue to have results yourself.
so true. That's so true. Next slide. All right. So, would you like help with making money online? Who's ready to go?
Who's ready?
So, we're going to tell you about our mastermind. That we were going to tell you some more tips of. So, this is some things that we're going to have at the mastermind. All the things that we talked about: how to make money online, how to create courses and products, how to become a published author, how to get speaking engagements, how to get on radio and TV, to create membership site. You can create courses and products, how to market effectively, and how to become Amazon best-selling author, and much, much more. So that's all the stuff that you're going to learn at the mastermind. Oh, wow.
He is so cool. I might have to use that picture. And
All
here's a
right. So go ahead.
now I was just going to say the mastermind is going to take place in Florida, Miramar Beach, Florida, which is we're actually going to be staying about 5 minutes from the Gulf of Mexico. It's awesome.
Yes, and we just actually upgraded the house that we were in. For some of you all, you may have heard that we were staying in this one house, and now today we upgraded and got a 11, what is it, 7,000 square foot mansion.
Terry, you do
11,
it no, you do it no justice. Let me do this. Let me do this. Okay,
yes,
so
yes,
we
I know.
we just upgraded. We just upgraded to 7,500 square foot mansion with 11 bedrooms, four of those bedrooms being king size master bedrooms. Okay. So we're talking about 11 bedrooms, four of them king size master bedrooms, nine full bathrooms, and two half bathrooms, two full kitchens, second and third deck patio all the way around the house. We're talking about an infinity pool and access to the lake. We're talking about waterfront property, grills, being 5 minutes walking distance to the Gulf of Mexico. It's just phenomenal. This house is just
Guest
mind
house.
blowing.
We have a guest house.
Yeah, it's a main house and a guest house. So I guess I guess we've got the partiers and the non-partiers. So I don't know, but it's just it's a beautiful house. It really, really is a great place that's really going to be conducive to learning, but also conducive to relaxing, and letting the creativity flow, so that we can help you to create all the things that we talked about in this webinar while at the mastermind.
All right. All right. So the investment is, all right. So the 5 days is January the 5th, 28th to March the 5th. We do it's 12.97. Deposits allowed 30%, and we are allowing payment plans, but you have to just put in your application so that you can be considered and meet in Tuham. We'll call you personally, and the website is actually right there on the screen, businessexplosion.net.
Yep, yep, yep. You definitely want to be there. We've got five people that are locked in. We're supposed to be calling another person tomorrow. So it should be, oh, there's the beautiful picture of the house. Man,
There's
it's,
the house.
oh gosh, I want to be there right now. But yeah, so we are taking 10 people. We've already got five, possibly six already locked in. So we would love to talk to you guys. Fill out an application at the businessexplosion.net website, and Terry and I will call you and see if your plans actually fit into what we have lined up in Florida. We are going to have a private chef there to prepare us some meals. We'll actually go out on the town. You will have access to Terry and myself, where we're going to teach you a variety of different things. And one of the great things about the mastermind is that you have access to us. Unlike on a webinar, you're talking 60 minutes to 90 minutes and that's it. We're talking about 5 days where you get to pick our brains. You get to sit with us. We're going to teach you, we're going to have a schedule. We're going to teach you several different things, but then you also get to sit there and pick our brains during lunch, breakfast, or whenever you want. We've been at masterminds where we stayed up to like 4:30 in the morning. talking and coming up with ideas and implementing those ideas and those products on the spot, actually creating products right there in the mastermind and leaving the mastermind generating money before we even get back home. So that's one of the great things. It's a small, intimate setting, even though the house is 7,500 square feet. We didn't want any more than about 10 people because we wanted to keep it intimate so that we could try to answer all your questions and help you get everything set up so that when you leave Florida, you're actually going back home with a well-running machine, and your business or your products or your coaching services is just really just off the ground and running. And so again,
Mhm.
Terry and I are firm believer. We know what it's like to be somewhere you don't want to be or to want to do something but not quite have the money. So we have made this an affordable rate of $12.97. And for those who don't have the payment up front, we are willing to finance it, but it's going to cost an extra $53 to finance it, and we're willing to take payment. So that's just how flexible we are and how we are really, really sincere about helping as many people as we can.
All right. And so, if you want some more info, just information, if you heard something that me and Sue spoke about, we have our website. My website is successwithterry.com, and Sue's is, oh, I think that's the wrong one. Is that the right
Nope, that's
website?
fine. SueHam.com.
Okay. Okay, good. It's www.sueham.com. And if you want to put your application in for the house, www.businessexplosion.net. And that's
Awesome.
the end of the screen.
Okay, cool, cool. Well, before we go, let's just open it up for about 5 minutes and see if anybody has any questions. So if you have any questions, you can ask it here on the webinar, or you can go to Terry's Facebook page or my Facebook page. And this is perfect. We stayed like right within our time frame. I love it.
Good.
And guys, we're gonna get the recording out. We should have it out by tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Thursday the latest. But we normally have it to you within a few hours. But just in case we have some technical difficulties, just give us a couple of hours. We'll a few hours, and we'll get the recordings
Right.
to you. Okay, I don't see any questions coming through, so I guess we did a really great job. Guys, we've given you reasons, man, why you should not be broke in 2015. And we've also given you we've given you solutions on what you can do to ensure that you are not broke in 2015. So now the ball is in your court. It's up to you, like Terry said, to take action, but not just for one day and 2 days. You need to take consistent action to make some things pop. So Shael said, no questions. Great job, ladies. Awesome. Shael is actually coming to the mastermind with us. Um,
Yeah.
Shael Rory. Ooh, she will be in the mastermind. You guys look her up. Shael Rory. It's Sheyel, last name Rorie. She's got a lot of great things happening on her Facebook page. So go check her out, connect with her. But she will actually be one of the recipients at the mastermind, and we're excited about that. Very excited.
All right.
All right, well, no questions. Terry, you got anything else you want to say?
Nope, that's it. Thanks for coming out. It's been a word from Terry Clay and Sue Ham, and I am changing lives with positive words, and I am out. Peace.
Well, before you out, you know what I got to tell them. Don't quit. Follow your dreams to success, baby. Remember to live, love, learn, and laugh. And we'll see you around the internet. We'll talk to y'all later.
Peace.